Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of the Red Devils Corner Kick podcast, a fan podcast dedicated to Manchester United Football Club. As always, like, subscribe, follow, whether you're listening to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube. And you can follow on social media, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, or X. I hope everyone is enjoying their week. It is coming up on Friday, which means we have the weekend. We have a match going on against Manchester United, or not against Manchester United. We have a match going on tomorrow, Manchester United versus Bournemouth, and then obviously Saturday we have the watch along with the women's squad against Everton. But today's episode is just for the men's squad, just catching up on a little bit. Obviously transfer news. Obviously news coming out of Manchester United wanting to keep Bruno as best as they can. Listen, I'm all for that. I am. But again, Bruno is the choice of his own future. He's the leader of that. He will decide again after the World Cup. We hope that he does stay. I know I've said here maybe it's time for him to go. Listen, I know how important he is and how great he is, but I wouldn't also be upset if he decided to leave. And to be fair, I would potentially try and cash in on him now. If the Middle East, if the Saudis came in to do that option, obviously the release clause to other European teams is there. So it's in the end, it's the ball's in his court. He can decide with that. I know I can be up and down with that decision, just about the change, because it's about changing everything from like moving everything on to a new stage. That's what it is. So like a new beginning, removal of those like Luke Shaw, Delo, Maguire, Bruno. They've been here for a long time, and they've been here through managers that have changed, and they're that core group. Most of them are captains, so potentially getting in and starting to move them along, and just that change. Obviously, the new updates on Bruno Gomes coming in, and those talks. Apparently, that's looking to happen. So another where we've been in talks with Baliba's party for at least over a month now for that. Tonali is still on the list as well. I don't think Anderson's happening because of what's going on with Man City. They are looking at some left backs, some wingers. Listen, they have a lot of overhaul. They have to replace Maguire. They have to replace Casemiro. They're probably replacing Ugarte. They'll have to replace someone with Xerxes. They will have to get some additional help to go with Manu. You're going to need at least 3 more midfielders to do that. You need depth at the wing backs, or at the backs again. Wingers as well. We'll need that too. So we need a backup. We'll need another 11 players. We'll need another 11 and 12 players. We will, for depth and everything. Again, like we do have to capitalize on sales of players. We do have to make changes. So a lot of things that need to be done to help get the squad growing. And again, the manager talks still keep happening. Carrick is still in the mix. There's always the talks of Enrique. There's all these other managers. Nothing's official yet. Nothing is there yet. Like I've always said, until I see them signing with our social media team at Manchester United, they're When I mean signing with the social media team, I mean them at Carrington, at that table, doing the contract, showing the contract, so on and so forth. Yeah. That's what it is. As of right now, everything is just speculation. Let's go to the important thing. Let's look at the important thing that's happening here. We have a game tomorrow. We have a match tomorrow against Bournemouth. And if everyone remembers the last time that we faced Bournemouth, it was a little bit back and forth. Both teams kind of forgot how to play defense. We know United did. Le Mans got scored, let in 4. We had, it was just back and forth again. It was exciting scoring football, but defensively we were shit. So was Bournemouth too, but we kept letting Bournemouth in. we over celebrated when Cunha scored that goal to take the lead 4-3, but here we are. But in the end, we have to do better. And yes, I'm aware Carrick is here, he's our manager, so on and so forth. But realistically, we still have more to do. Again, we did not start off the greatest against our Aston Villa. Let's not hide behind. Let's not stand there with pride saying that, oh, we just were incredible. We were not. We had our struggles in that match. Like, yes, it came alive in the final half, like in that half, but in the end, when you look at it, it did not work out well for United. So there's a lot of things they need to improve on. So hopefully we don't have another slow start. Bournemouth is not playing in Europe, so they should have the energy. When did Bournemouth last play? And it's a Friday game too, so it's going to be a little later on in the afternoon. Obviously, the injuries that we're discussing about today too. Yes, like Martinez is still, I believe, still expected to be out. The Lit is still injured. Concerns. Dorgu is still out. Mount should be back. Mazraoui, we hope, is in for the weekend, but I don't think hopefully he's in for tomorrow. I don't know if he'll be starting. He is ill. Lissandro Martinez now is expected to be back until mid-April. The Lit mid-April. Dorgu not until the end of April. So it is tough. We lost Mazraoui to that ankle injury when we played Newcastle. Then he didn't play on the weekend, he didn't play Sunday. And then we lost him. And we're probably not going to have him tomorrow. So yeah, it's tough because again, the Lowe and Shaw haven't really been playing the best. So we're probably going to be going with something similar. I don't know. I don't think Ahmad will be in. I think Ahmad will be coming off the bench. You may see Mount come in. Hopefully we see some Xerxes. But I think for tomorrow, we have to go with our best. And in Bueno, we have to. Goal for tomorrow is making sure that our midfield doesn't get overrun. Because as much as we had the Amram system and blah, 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 our midfield still is getting overrun. And now that we're with Carrick, our midfield is still getting overrun. It is. Results hide the errors that is going on. Winning results hide what's really going on. And we know that there's struggles going on at the beginning, even all the way up to halftime. We sometimes can't control a pass. We can't control both. We have to wait for a moment just to counter and try and get an opportunity. So there is issues there. There is. So that's the concern. If Seswood gets to start, he has to get those opportunities to score. In Bueno, I want to see him out on that wing. I do. I want to see him out on the wing. Bruno, we know. Listen, again, I'm going to repeat this. It's great that Bruno is on pace to potentially break the all-time season record. Or the most in the season record for assists. That's great. Getting Champions League, finishing strong in the top three, and then Bruno getting the record is the bonus. Don't get me wrong, I would be thrilled if we got it, but I won't be thrilled if we lost Champions League and he broke the record. I'll be more thrilled with us getting Champions League, playing in Europe next year, and what became of that success was him breaking the record. That's what I want. I think for all we know, he ties the record this weekend, tomorrow. Who knows? For all we know, he gets 4 assists tomorrow. It could happen. It could. We have 8 games left. So let's look at the table. We have 8 games left. Obviously, Arsenal is playing on Sunday or Saturday, or on Sunday. It is the EFL Cup. They're playing against Man City, so that's going to be important. Obviously, Arsenal just winning in Champions League. They're going on to the next round. They're facing Sporting. City's out. Chelsea is out. Tottenham is out. Newcastle is out. Liverpool is through. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, Liverpool and Arsenal are the only two England teams to go through. Yeah, let's check that out for a second here. With some high school champions. So, yeah, knockouts. So, yes, we are in the quarterfinals. So we have Arsenal and Liverpool. That's who we have left. Yeah, because City got blown out, Tottenham got blown out, Chelsea got blown out, and Newcastle got blown out. At one point, I was looking at that not all six were going to potentially make it. But yeah, Liverpool coming back against Galatasaray. So yeah, it's going to be exciting. This quarterfinals here, especially when you're looking at it, we can have potential. Like the matchups I'm looking forward to are Real Madrid versus Bayern. Basically, the only one I'm not looking forward to is Barcelona versus Atletico. But Sporting versus Arsenal, I'm excited. I'm going to be watching that. Real Madrid versus Bayern, and then PSG versus Liverpool. So, yeah, like last week was huge. Yeah, last week, or sorry, this week in Champions League was huge for scoring. When you look at those aggregates, 10-2 for Bayern, 5-1 for Real Madrid, 4-1 for Liverpool, 8-2 for PSG, 3-1 obviously against Bayern, 5-3. That was an incredible comeback by Sporting, winning 5-0 when they were down 3-0 against Toto. 7-5 Atletico over Tottenham, 8-3 Barcelona versus Newcastle. Yeah, because what was it? Yeah, it was 1-1 going into Thursday's match, or Tuesday's match, Wednesday's match. Then, yeah, because today's Thursday, today was Europa. Villa are through as well. So yeah, it's a great day for. Let's check Conference League. Actually, I'm getting a little sidetracked here. This is supposed to be a preview, and I'm going off topic. Okay. Let's just check here. Yes, Crystal Palace is through as well. So yeah, it's a great day. It's a great week for the English clubs. Palace is through. Also, Aston Villa is through as well, actually. Europa. Yeah, Forest and Porto, and then Villa and Bologna. Yeah. We can have an English semi-final right there. Potential Forest Villa semi-final. So, okay. We can have an all-Portuguese Europa final too. Braga is playing Betis, and then you have Porto playing Newcastle. Interesting. Okay, but yeah, going back to the match, yes, we have teams playing that played this week. Obviously, Bournemouth didn't. We're going back to the match. Listen, we have to move the ball. We have to control our team. We can't let their midfield get run over. I know I repeated this earlier, but yeah, like we have our challenges, and just going like we're gonna have our challenge tomorrow. We're gonna have our challenges tomorrow, and we can't lose focus on that. We can't lose focus on, and we're on the road too, and that's the tough part as well. We're on the road tomorrow, and it's an important game. But no, like looking at the table here, when I got sidetracked with Europa, Champions League, all that stuff. Again, we have to ward off Villa, Liverpool, Chelsea. Obviously, we're done playing City, but it's again, like I said, it's a challenge tomorrow. We can't allow what happened the last time that we faced them. that's the important thing to look at here. Lineup for tomorrow that I'm going with, basically doing my actual original prediction that I did against Villa. We have, just going to put my lineup here. So again, the men's starting off a keeper as always. Delo, Shaw, obviously as your left and right back. Mazraoui is still potentially could be out not with injury, but with illness. Hopefully he's in. I know he sat out yesterday. Yoro, Maguire, obviously with Martinez now out until at least mid-April. Delit, same. So that's the one thing that sucks. But again, we still have great rotations. Aiden Heaven, when he's come on, when he has started, has been great. Casemiro, Manu, obviously, Ugarte, which the news came out that he's not happy. I also read news that he's also the first one to leave training. I think he's one of the first ones to leave right when it ends. But Casemiro, Manu, for your mid, they have to be able to control it. I want to see Manu take control and move the ball up. I don't want him to I don't want him to go and dance through a whole team, but I want him when he gets that spaces to move up. One thing to stop with the long ball, and this is the one thing too. When we get our new manager, they're going to bring in their formation. That's the one thing too. What's going on here? That's what's killing me. Is the reason why I know it's going to be Carrick is not because of what it is. It's just easier to spin. I don't want to keep going back to that. And plus, again, if we're playing Europe and then all competitions, things have to change. But that's for another day. Next three, Bueno, Bruno, Cunha, Esat, and then Sesko. We have to see Sesko start. We know what he's capable of doing. He's, again, just scored again on Sunday. He's great when he comes on, but we do need to see him start. We need to see him getting fed. The reason why I'm going with Cunha and Bueno is I just think those are the best options, especially moving the ball, getting it through the attack. They can score. And then, again, Sesko, he just needs to be fed, and we know he can get the ball in the back of the net. So there's a lot of, again, that midfield, those back four, they have to control everything. They have to control the pace. They have to be able to defend. You cannot be allowed to get run through. There has to be a clear communication from the back four to the attack. We're going to have to rely on a counter, obviously, and wait for them to do a high. But if they're going to give us those spaces, you have to feed it to Sesko. So, and again, Cunha, who scored, has been great. I want to see Bueno out on that wing, now that false nine. I think this is what Carrick has to do to get the attack going. We need to get fed with the crosses, everything. Again, having Sesko there, we have a striker that just can score with his feet, score with his head. We just need to feed him. That's the thing. And he can hold up and move the ball up too, which is great. So, but yeah, again, Lamens, Delo, Yoro, Maguire, Shaw, Casemiro, Manu, Mbeumo, Bruno, Cunha, and then Sesko. That's your starting lineup. So, but yeah, I'm going to leave it there with the episode. I will be back tomorrow with the post game. Obviously, game's going on at 4 p.m. My time, so I will do the post game. Might be a little delayed, just for follow up. And then player ratings. I know I have been slacking and posting player ratings from the women's squad, and I didn't post one for the men. So I do apologize for that. I'll try to get them up. But yeah. And then post game, and then Saturday the watch along for women's squad against Everton. So, but yes, enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy tomorrow's match. Again, I'm always going for the win. We definitely need to get the win. This is our last match until April the 13th. So let's go out with a win. We have to. So But yeah, points, that's the main thing. We got to make sure we're getting points and maintaining distance from Chelsea, Villa, Liverpool. We're in a race here. So Chelsea doesn't have any. Chelsea, City. What else is there? Newcastle, Tottenham. They don't have to worry about Champions League anymore. Spoiler alert, if you're not aware. So they can focus on that. But yeah, City and Arsenal on Sunday. So, but yeah, enjoy the rest of your night. Again, enjoy the match tomorrow. I'll talk to you guys in the post game as well. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and also social media, Instagram, TikTok, or X. This is the Red Devils Corner Kick Podcast. Glory, glory, Man United.